Welcome to another episode of JECandASSOC TV. We're here with the awesome and amazing Minkailu. I tried to give him a name like Minkailu the Warrior because he's just been killing, dominating, and destroying everything on his path, man. So how you doing today, Minkailu?
I'm doing good. Woke up this morning this early to get ready for the testimonial, so I'm ready to get it started.
Awesome, man. Thank you, man. So, where you from, Minkailu?
I'm from Maryland. Grew up there my whole life. Actually, I was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa,
Okay.
but came to America when I was a child. But yeah, Maryland is where I grew up my whole life. But now I currently reside in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay, awesome. So, Minkailu, tell us a little bit about what has been your experience with JECandASSOC so far.
So when I first came into the company, I wasn't sure what I was expecting. My first time there, I looked at the equipment, I'm like, okay, and I see Joseph, he's buff, and it's like, okay, he know what he's doing. But I still wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. Eventually, he asked me, what's my goal? I told him ultimately I want to lose weight. But then after that, he said, you should do muscle training to build muscles. Because if you lose weight as a big person like me, you're gonna have like flappy skin. That's something I wanted to avoid. So I was like, okay, I'll follow this program. And ever since then, now I'm way better than when I first came in, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about where were you before joining the program, like as far as in your lifestyle, with your fitness goals, your environment, your mindset. Where were you before you joined JECandASSOC?
So I first started off my fitness journey when I was in my last few semesters in college, and I was losing weight, but I wasn't doing as good as I'm doing now because I didn't keep track of my diet. I go to the gym, do cardio, excuse me, but that was about it. But I was losing weight gradually, but then I hit a plateau, and then that's when I spoke to my mom about it, and she got in touch with Joseph and said, "Oh, you should link up with Joseph and see what you can do from there." I said, "Okay," but now I'm doing the strength training, and I'm seeing improvements now. That's my journey for now.
He left out the part where first his mom contacted me, right? And we were supposed to set something up. And
Yeah,
then I guess he told me, it's like, yeah, I was like, nah, I got this, mom.
yeah. But now
And
I'm
then,
here.
yeah, he eventually came around to it, you know what I mean? It was like, all right, I'm ready now. So as far as that, like with your fitness, now you're training differently. What else? Where were you before as well? Like as far as like with your nutrition, what were you doing? Things as far as like with your environment, with your mindset when it comes to training. Where were you before here? Like
Yeah,
what was
so my diet at that time, I try to avoid, the obvious fatty foods, avoid fast food restaurants. But I wasn't calculating my macronutrients and how much calories I'm putting in my body at that time. That's part of why I didn't lose as much weight at that time. But yeah, my mindset was I know I can do it, but I was just a bit depressed because I'm not getting the results I'm looking for. Um, and then as the journey continued, I end up here. That's when I'm every time I hit the weight beam, and I know like, oh, I'm seeing the results. I'm gaining muscular skeletal muscle mass, and I'm losing my decreasing my body fat percentage. So I'm like, okay, now my mindset is like, okay, I know if I follow the program and my diet is on point, that the results will show for it.
awesome? What other things have you tried before? Have you tried any other things before?
Other than cardio, and I was lifting weights too, but I wasn't doing right. I didn't know too much about sets and reps, and I was struggling to get to the 40 pounds dumbbells. But now I hit 40 pounds like this. But yeah, so at that time I didn't have the knowledge and expertise, but now I gained a lot of that in JEC.
Got it.
Yeah.
So basically, before you were just doing, a lot of cardio. Um, you were you were doing some weightlifting, but you were struggling with, things like 40 pounds, and uh, you didn't really fully know what you were doing. And
Hmm.
now you know everything that you're doing. 40 pounds. That's
Yeah.
the past. We don't even
Light work.
know what that is no more.
Yeah.
We don't even know what that is no more, right?
Yeah.
Um, got it. And you at first, were you hesitant to work with us at first, or not, or were you just asking? These is real questions.
Yeah, I was hesitant at first because I figured like I could do it myself, and at that time I was a college student, so I was also thinking about money.
Mm.
How I'm gonna spend money for tuition, place to stay, food to eat, and at the same time spending money at the gym. And I figured like, oh, I can go on Reddit or Google or YouTube and get information from there and work it out myself. But eventually, I learned that I need a trainer who's been experienced for years. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. What made this different from the other things you tried, from doing the cardio, the weightlifting, from how you were eating, from how your mindset was? What made this any different?
So, like I said, I lacked knowledge and expertise. So, in terms of diet, I make sure I hit my macronutrients, specifically protein, right? Because you need protein to build and maintain muscle, and also you want to make sure you don't go overboard with your calorie consumption. So at that time, I didn't know too much about that, but now I know, and also the program. Following the programs that you laid out for your clients. I follow that, and right now I'm doing the muscle hypertrophy um, program at the moment. So yeah.
Okay. So, how does working with JC and Associates make you feel, man? Like, how does it make you feel on the inside, emotionally? Yeah, how does it make you feel emotionally, man? Being
Yeah.
here.
So every time I step in the building, Joseph always greet everyone and say, rise and shine. And that's always put a smile on my face. Like even when I'm feeling down in that day, I'm like, okay, I know I'm here to train and put in work, but it feels great being accepted by a lovely community. And I work alongside with my colleagues in the gym, and they're very lovely and wonderful. We have conversations, not just gym, but we talk about life and a bunch of stuff. So yeah, just walking in and knowing that okay, I had I put the work in, I had a great day, and I'm ready to wake up next morning and do it all over again.
Awesome and amazing. Conversations about things like what? Anime, Godzilla, that new Doom Part 2 movie that came out. We shouting out stuff that
Yeah,
ain't got nothing to do with us, right? But
yeah.
yeah, just about anything about life in general, man.
Hmm.
Because everybody's from different walks of life, but finding those differences or those things that we have in common is what allows us to start building relationships with each other. Just connecting on those things that makes it super dope to me.
Hmm.
Um, so right, uh-oh. See, that's why I was supposed to put my phone on silent, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is Audrey, and I'm going to turn this volume down for another one. Come through. Right? So, Minkailu, tell me, how do you feel about the coaching, Minkailu, and tell the truth? You can say exactly how you feel. How do you feel about the coaching?
I would say you definitely put in care to make sure everyone is doing the right form in the exercise. Because when you get the right form, you not just maximize your muscle gains, but you perform efficiently and you get out the gym earlier on time instead of like me. I spend over like an hour or so and making sure my form is right. Joseph, make sure I you know doing everything correctly. But yeah, I would say your training is pretty great. Compared to you're my first personal trainer, so I don't have anyone to compare. But just from what I see, like yeah, you're like an amazing coach, and you're hard on us, but like for a good reason. It's like tough love, basically. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, man. What have you learned so far? How have you been educated? Or how do you, yeah, what's your thoughts on that? What have you learned? How have you been educated?
So I learned the different training exercise, specifically strength training, making sure my form is correct in certain exercises, and I also learned a lot about diet, which is very important. So diet is half the work, right? You can put in the work in the gym, you can be sweating in a poodle of your own sweat, but if you don't, eat properly as you're supposed to, that all that work would be for nothing. So I also learned about, maintaining my diet and make sure my diet and my exercise are on point, and make sure I get good sleep because that's very important.
Yep, that too.
Hmm.
And like you said about the diet and the exercise, those things have to go together. You can't have one kind of diet and a different kind of exercise. And that doesn't just mean the bad things, but that means for the good things too. You can't mix a muscle building, um, a muscle building fitness regimen, exercise program with a weight loss diet. You'll never build the muscle.
Right.
So most of the time, people get those things confused. I'm eating healthy. You're eating healthy, but there's micronutrient healthy, and there's macronutrient healthy. Macronutrient has to be specific according to how you are training. Micronutrient is specific to whatever other needs, health needs that you need to stay on top of to keep your brain functions, your organ functions, any kind of different health issues that you have, the issues that need to be resolved. Those things have to be able to eventually come together. And it may be challenging and difficult for some, but you start building with the right people, get the right experts to help you, and you can take any result that you desire and actually achieve it without feeling like, oh, because of my health issues, I can't achieve this result.
Right.
So, awesome, man. Thank you, man. So, tell us a little bit about what kind of results did you get in the program so far? What are your results so far, Minkailu, man? Because I know you got some phenomenal, amazing, outstanding results.
Yeah. So I'm about to take a quick look on my phone real quick, and I'm trying to remember everything. Um, but yes, over the time, I gained 9 pounds of muscle, and I dropped about 6% body fat percentage within 16 weeks, which is phenomenal.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's, go ahead.
Sorry. I was saying that I still got more to go, and I eventually gonna reach my main goal.
Yep. And that's phenomenal, man. And people get results like that. It's because they're doing the work.
Mhm.
You do the work. Like you're special. You're one of the ones that really step out and stand out in any kind of way. You stood out in the beginning because you had to learn a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like you said, you thought you could do it on your own. You was like stuck to that process, and it was definitely some circumstances too where you did very, very well for yourself before you even came here. And all we did is take the ambition, the motivation, the willingness to learn, to be coached, and all we did is just been able to take your results to the next level because of who you are. Of
Mhm.
course, it's what we do as well, right? But it's
Yeah.
also because of who you are. Because what we do, we can do it with someone else, and if they don't have the same same ambition, drive, and willingness to learn and change some things like Minkailu does, then they won't see the same results that Minkailu sees, right?
Right.
Awesome. So, Minkailu, would you recommend this program to anybody else that's looking to achieve their fitness goals or their health goals?
I'll say yes. I'll recommend, JEC Associates. Even my brother. I told my brother like once he graduate, he said he would be interested in joining the program because he see like, oh, I put in the work in, and he see the results. And I know my brother, because his body is different from mine, right? We have obviously different genetics, but he's more slim, and he has experience and exercise, as used to perform at the track team for Penn State Harrisburg. So he has different body than me. But I'll say, yeah, he will do phenomenal, just because I feel like Joseph is very versatile in his training, and I feel like my brother will also learn more stuff than I learn over the time. And I think no matter where you're at in life, you'll do phenomenal here at JEC and Associates, because he also have a versatile clients, and I see them in the gym over a few months, and I also see results from them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend anyone to join this program.
Awesome. Thank you, man. So before we go, Minkailu, what is something that you want to say to the JEC and Associates community, as well as the people that want to be a part of the JEC and Associates community, that want to join our program, that want to be coached by us, that's going to motivate, that's going to listen to your story, and then they're going to be motivated and inspired by it. That's going to help them kickstart their journey and help them stay consistent. What is something that you want to share with them, that you want to say to them?
I'll say that JEC Associates family is very uplifting. When you go into the program, you have somebody that's caring, and even the colleagues. We make sure we our friends, our colleagues are doing the exercise properly. As I have a friend, what's his name? Trying to remember his name. Huh?
We talking about Sufyan or somebody
Sufyan,
else?
yeah, Sufyan, and he helps me with my form, and he tells me like, oh, this is how you do it. So I know that we have that community, that bondage, to make sure everyone achieve and make it to their goal that they would like to reach. And I'll say for newcomers too, that they'll feel welcome by the community.
And what is something that you want to say to them that's going to motivate and inspire them?
So I'll say
to kickstart their journey and stay consistent. What is something you want to say to them to motivate them and inspire them and kickstart their journey and stay consistent?
Yeah, I'll say that when you get in, sometimes you might not get the results you're looking for immediately, right? It's not happen day overnight. It takes time, and you have to be patient. And even me, sometimes I feel like disappointed at times. I'm like, I didn't gain as much muscle mass I would love to gain, or my body fat percentage didn't go down substantial. But yeah, you have to be consistent. You just keep in mind that what's your ultimate goal, that hey, it's going to take some time, you're going to get there. But when you see other people in the gym, like, oh wow, you hear their stories, like, oh, this person was at this certain position in their fitness journey, and now they're at this certain journey, certain part of their journey, that they're doing phenomenal. It's like, okay, that's motivate me to keep going and don't stop. And that's the best advice I can give you.